Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers news: what LeBron James told Anthony Davis after insane rally versus Clippers. LA rallied from 21 down to earn the big win over the Clippers. Your Los Angeles Lakers picked up one of their more impressive wins on Wednesday evening, pulling off a massive comeback over the rival Los Angeles Clippers. Los Angeles entered the fourth quarter looking like a sunken squad, but superstar LeBron James refused to back down. He helped rally the club to outscore the Clippers 39-16 in the final quarter. James scored or assisted on 11 of the 13 field goals that Los Angeles had in the final frame, showing he is still capable of putting the team on his back at times. After the contest, James linked up with co-star Anthony Davis, telling him that this was a familiar feeling that they're used to. It was nice to see both players smiling after a big win, and the hope is they can keep up the winning ways. This win over the Clippers was the type of win that could help propel a team like the Lakers. They currently are fighting for a play-in spot within the Western Conference standings, so every win counts. With the season starting to ramp up toward the finish line, Los Angeles can't afford any big slip-ups. James made sure that his team didn't drop this contest, throwing back the clock a little bit, as Dan Woik of the Los Angeles Times writes. "Just got to do what I gotta do," James said. "If I'm in a lineup, if I'm on the floor, I got to make plays. Sometimes I got to make even more plays. And tonight was one of those moments where I had to make even more plays in order for us to even get back into the game and then ultimately win the game." Even with the good vibes from the win, the Lakers can't count on James doing this often, so they will need to clean things up. They won't always be able to come back from a major deficit, but for now, they can take what worked in the fourth quarter to help push them forward to their next game. Anthony Davis: LeBron James helped Lakers hold off struggling Wizards in OT. Davis scores 40 points, including his team's final basket in overtime, and James scores 31 and hits a key three-pointer in OT for the Lakers, who survived for their 9th win in 12 games, 134-131. Even Lakers coach Darvin Ham could acknowledge how Thursday night's matchup against the Washington Wizards could appear to look. And maybe his words also served as a cautionary message to his players as to why they couldn't take their foot off the gas pedal following a thrilling comeback victory and with a matchup against the defending NBA champions waiting for them this weekend. Sandwiched between their 21-point comeback victory over the Clippers the previous night and the high-profile matchup against the Denver Nuggets on Saturday night, it would have been easy for the Lakers to overlook the lowly Wizards, one of the worst teams in the league. It felt like that was the case for much of their 134-131 overtime win at Crypto.com Arena, their 9th win in the past 12 games, and the Wizards' 13th consecutive loss. It's human nature, right? You got the Clippers Wednesday night, then you got Denver Saturday, and so this game would be considered sort of a trap game, Hem said beforehand. The way you avoid that is you try to figure out ways to sustain and be consistent at what you're doing well and constantly look for ways to improve, and you make it about yourself. Once you have a laundry list of things that you're working on, constantly trying to get better at so you can be successful in the big picture, that type of concentration on those things in yourself usually, helps you avoid stumbling over a game in between two bigger games in conference games. Even with acknowledging the Lakers were playing on the second night of a back-to-back, the urgency that Hem spoke about before tip-off wasn't present for significant chunks on Thursday. It's a tough game in scheduling in terms of coming out of a huge LA versus LA game, everything surrounding the game, Wednesday night, Hem said. And against an especially young, fast team that has shooters, playmakers throughout their rotation. But Anthony Davis, 40 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocked shots, and LeBron James, 31 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds, did the heavy lifting when it mattered most, combining for 71 points to move the Lakers to 33-28 on the season, the first time they've been 5 games over .500 since early December. D'Angelo Russell scored 22 points for the Lakers, who haven't been able to move higher than ninth in the Western Conference despite their impressive February. "We're in a race right now, and we're continuously just trying to get better, work on ourselves and get healthy," Davis said. "And while doing it, staying in the fight, staying in the hunt." Ham was pleased with the way his team took control in overtime. "I'm just happy we were able to hold the line," Ham said. "Got put on the ropes there a few segments of the game, but once we got it to overtime, guys stepped up, got much-needed stops when we needed to and was able to make plays on the offensive end." The Lakers allowed the Wizards, 9-50, led by Jordan Poole's season-high 34 points and 7 assists off the bench, to stick around for all of regulation. Marvin Bagley III added a season-high 23 for the Wizards. And by the time the Lakers tried to create separation, the Wizards were well in rhythm, with Poole missing a 31-foot, pull-up three-point attempt at the buzzer to send the game into overtime tied at 126. From there, the Lakers didn't waste any further opportunities to close out the game. James chased down Poole in transition for a signature block before hitting a pull-up three-pointer over former teammate Kyle Kuzma, 20 points, 10 rebounds, for a 5-point swing to tie the score at 131 with 3 minutes left in overtime. "I was taught at a young age, when you turn the ball over you need to sprint back," James said. "And me and AD had a miscommunication on that red and I threw the pocket pass before he opened up to see the ball. And once I saw Tyus Jones kind of throw it, I tried to see if I could get back and tried to make a play. Obviously, it was a big play in the game and I was happy I was able to chase it down." James assisted Davis on a dunk on the Lakers' next possession for a 133-131 lead with 2:30 left. "We had to get some stops, and we had to execute offensively," James said. "Not turn the ball over. It's a tough league, and after last night's victory, we had to come in against a young, scrappy team that's not playing for much, just playing hard, a lot of speed, a lot of youth, and obviously it took us 53 minutes to get the job done." James made one of 2 free throws a minute later, putting him 9 points away from reaching 40,000 regular season points for his career. The 39-year-old James is all but certain to hit the milestone Saturday on national television against Denver. "For me to be in this position at this point in time in my career, I think it's pretty cool," James said. "Does it sit at the top of the things I've done in my career? No. But does it mean something? Of course, absolutely." Warriors sympathetic to Jordan Poole's struggles with the Wizards. Jordan Poole's first key reserve role was a lot more glamorous than the one he's in now. He came off the bench during the 2022 postseason for the NBA champion Golden State Warriors. He comes off the bench now for the Wizards, who fell to 9-49 on Tuesday after Washington's 123-112 loss to Golden State. Obviously, they're more in a rebuilding mode, Warriors guard Klay Thompson said after the victory over Poole and the Wizards. "I think there's a lot more on his shoulders to carry every night. He's got all the talent in the world. It's all about staying consistent." Poole has been anything but that during his first season in the nation's capital, where he scored just 12 points Tuesday on 5-4-17 shooting with 6 turnovers in 29 minutes. That was 2 days after the streaky scorer had 31 points on 11-4-21 shooting against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation, Jordan Poole? Leave your opinion in the comments.